The Manchester United side and the players that died will never ever be forgotten in the city. It was a drab and it was a gruesome place, but the one shining light was the Manchester United football team, and particularly the young players, the Busby Babes that Sir Matt Busby had nurtured and had brought onto the world stage. Roger Byrne was the captain, who was a man of great authority, a man of wonderful ability, very fast, an England international. Jeff Bent and Eddie Coleman, two Salford lads. Jeff Bent, a left-footed player, played mostly in the reserves, didn't get a lot of opportunity in the first team, but a really, really tough tackler. Little Eddie Coleman, to any United people of that era will remember they used to call him Swivel Hips because he loved to shimmy, he loved to go the direction that other people didn't think he was going to go to. He's a marvellous young player. Three Yorkshire lads from mining backgrounds, Mark Jones, David Pegg and Tommy Taylor, came from Doncaster, Barnsley and Dodworth, respectively, in Yorkshire. And they had the grit and they had the determination to become players. That was their aim and that was their achievement, if they could make it, to make their mark in the game. Well, they certainly did that. Mark Jones, a very old head and a very much a father figure to any of the young players that were there at the particular time, but a really strong and a tough man. David Pegg, who was a left-footed player, I think he played very rarely for England, but nevertheless had a wonderful future. Tommy Taylor, the current, at that particular time, international centre-forward, who everybody remembers for his great physique, his wonderful mobility, and also his great ability in scoring with his head. The Irish were represented by Liam Whelan. Billy Whelan, we called him. He was from Dublin. He was a marvellous playmaker. He had a terrific ability with the ball. He was able to create goals. He was able to score goals. And finally, of the ones that died and didn't come back from Munich, Duncan Edwards, who was the greatest player that I ever played against. He had the strength, he had the desire, and he had the ability of 10 men. He was a real giant. We had great staff, Walter Crickner, Tom Curry, and Bert Wally, three people from background who actually made Manchester United that little bit of something special. I would just like to say to all the relatives that everyone in the game of football has the greatest respect and gratitude for what these players did.
On Sunday, May the 18th, 1997, just 6 days before his 31st birthday and barely 2 weeks after clinching his 4th league title with United, Eric Cantona stunned his beloved fans by announcing his retirement from the game. In his 4.5 seasons at the club, he helped them win 4 league titles, including 2 doubles. Indeed, it was his goal against Liverpool in the 1996 FA Cup final, which confirmed their 2nd double and enabled he himself as captain to lift the cup at Wembley. Monsieur Fantastique takes his place in the international 11, which bears many famous names playing at home and abroad. There are inevitably several Frenchmen in the side. You recognise immediately the likes of Jean-Pierre Papin and of course Laurent Blanc, who helped France to the World Cup. There's a former United legend, Mark Hughes, and Eric's brother Joel. All these players have given up their earnings in the cause of the Munich Memorial Fund. Today's proud owner of the number 7 shirt is equally adored and equally capable of winning matches. David Beckham is simply loved by the United fans who will be backing him this season, perhaps more than ever. Let's hope that those who feel the need to jeer this most gifted of young stars will soon become bored of this tiresome pastime. Alex Ferguson promised a strong lineup, and he's true to his word. One has definitely been selected. Only the names of 20-year-old keeper Nick Culkin, who deputises for Peter Schmeichel, and Wes Brown at centre-half may be unfamiliar to you. United are without their Scandinavian contingent, all on international duty, while Jaap Stam and Jesper Blomqvist are getting back to full fitness. Otherwise, it's a familiar feel, with Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes assisting Teddy Sheringham up front. In charge, but perhaps without too much to do other than smile a few times, is Roger Dix. Well, it's underway. There's been so much talk about it. Of course, cancelled last February due to an FA Cup replay of all things. And these friendly occasions are normally difficult to know how to judge. But Lou Macari alongside me, how do you play this one?
Well, I've never known such an atmosphere, Alistair, at Old Trafford. I was here 11 years. I never experienced this. How do you play it? There's players will be out there tonight, people like Roy Keane. He'll be grateful for the game. You know, he's missed the whole of last season. I think the game itself will be played in a good atmosphere, a friendly atmosphere, and there'll be plenty of goals, I'm sure.
Well, there's the promise of plenty of goals, and there's certainly plenty of talent to try and provide it, not least of course Paul Gascogne, of course, who you might just notice there, just losing out possession. Nicky Butt coming away with the ball for Manchester United. But if you think that normally there is a little segregation here, Alex Ferguson's men will be buoyed by an entire 55,000 of Man United fans tonight. It should be one heck of a noise. Eric Cantona, there was talk of him playing for both sides tonight. Perhaps at half-time we'll get confirmation that he'll switch and don that famous red number 7. At the moment the red shirts are on the back feet. And the international 11 through Martin Darlene has forced a corner. Blackburn Rovers centre forward, Swedish international, trying to get his own match fitness back, and he almost opened the scoring. Paul Gascogne waiting, hovering. Remember, all these players here just to be a part of this occasion, giving up their time free of charge in the name of the Munich Fund, and I think that says a great deal about the affection that this club and of course Eric Cantona is held. But it's a night to be a Manchester United supporter, no question about that. And they're going to enjoy all the French songs, the Où est Cantona, the French national anthem, which many of the international team will be pleased to hear sung. Here's Beckham. Now Gary Neville. And the challenge was from you-know-who. Inevitably wearing number 7, getting a huge round of applause for his first touch. Sweetly timed tackle. You don't normally expect him in that position, but it wasn't bad, was it, Luke?
Well, it's been a fierce start, I think, to this game. I mean, both sides are really going for it. They know what the crowd want tonight. They want goals, they want entertainment, and I think they want United to win.
Mind you, if Eric Cantona was to pop up with a hat-trick for the international All-Stars, I don't think the United fans would be too bothered. Here's David Beckham, now Scholes. Challenge on the edge of the area. Sheringham trying to release the vice-like grip that had come United's way. Scholes almost controlling it, but not quite. Mark Hughes on the chase. Huge cries of Hughesy from the fans who adore him just as much as Cantona in many respects. And here is Eric Cantona. Are we to get our little moment of joy in the opening minutes? Not quite. Well, the roar of approval would have probably been greater than if it would have been the winning goal in the possibly the cup final itself, but he lost out. Too many men round him. Giggs looking for and just about finding Paul Scholes. There is Butt, combining with Scholes. Butt again. Sheringham, nice play, nice link up with Ryan Giggs, who is indeed on that left-hand side. The header was a good one as well. A little bit of pushing against Gary Neville was the verdict from the referee, but Neville still went in there. And as Lou was saying before, he loves to see Giggs providing the ammunition from the left, and that's the danger he can provide.
Well, he was very impressive against the Poles, as I said, Alistair, but I felt the opposition that night contributed to Ryan being outstanding, because they didn't have a player in the team that could tackle. They were non-aggressive side, and I felt on the night, Giggs, as well as he played, I think you had to take into consideration the opposition. And I believe on Saturday against Leicester, against a more robust side, he didn't play as well as he did 3 nights earlier.
Here's Beckham. Oh, he might try the chip, he does, and it wasn't all that far off. Audacious attempt. I'm falling into my own trap here. Cantonesque style, that little chip. And if anyone can provide those deft little touches, those little moments of inspiration, Beckham surely is he.
Well, I was glad to see him score on Saturday. He's taken so much abuse since the World Cup, and I can't really understand it. You would think that he contributed mainly to England not winning the World Cup. He only played a little part in getting sent off. He didn't miss any penalty kicks, but the abuse he's taken since the start of this season, and will continue to take, I'm afraid, is quite astonishing.
Well, it's a debate that has unfortunately dogged the last month or two, and one wonders in many respects just exactly who was to blame, and surely the reason that England were rejected was not because of one man's little rush of blood to the head. Anyway, here's Ryan Giggs. Little chip in towards Scholes was just too far. But they've at least won a corner. Laurent Blanc, who did indeed win the World Cup, perhaps holds the secrets to why a team does or doesn't do so. Ryan Giggs is enjoying this evening. He played a lovely little teasing ball, headed away by Blanc. Chance for Butt to drill one in. A tangle inside the penalty area, but Laurent Blanc comes away with the ball, looking for Gascogne. Darlene trying to get involved. Gary Neville, the offside flag's raised, unfortunately. But going back to that debate, Lou, to blame one man for anything, let alone the ejection of a team from a competition, I mean, how on earth does that actually have any foundation?
Absolutely outrageous. No one fancied England before they went to the World Cup to win it. As a matter of fact, people were saying they'd be the first team back home. That was even in front of Scotland, may I add. People were saying
you would say that.
They'd be back home before Scotland. And then all of a sudden, they put up a good performance against Argentina, and then they get knocked out, and they blame that poor lad who's now on the ball.
Well, let's see if he can give you another reason why he's a gifted player. He can, providing Ryan Giggs with the opening goal. And that's, I think, just one of the reasons why David Beckham, I'm sure, will have the character to ride any of the jeers that he takes, particularly on the away grounds. Found the space, got the ball, looked up, and when David Beckham's got time to pick out a man, he'll always find one.
Well, that's another reason why he gets stick at away grounds, because he's such a talented player. He has such an effect on the game, and this is a typical example of David Beckham at his best. Looks up, lovely floated ball to the back post, and there was Ryan Giggs in a position which I prefer him, smashing the ball into the back of the net.
Well, we've waited 13 and a half minutes or thereabouts, and at last we have our goal through Ryan Giggs. Incidentally, the goalkeeper you're now witnessing has a reputation for being, well, I had the word bonkers written down here, and I think there's proof positive. Well, it's a friendly. Why not? Pascal Olmeita almost contributing to the second goal. The ball didn't cross the line from a wry smiling Paul Scholes. And Olmeita, at the age of 37, has a reputation well deserved, as too does Paul Gascogne, who almost found a way through the United back line. And Vahir almost providing an equaliser, but Pascal Olmeita, he's a terrific character, one of those players who I think many goalkeepers have had it. I can think of what Quiroga springs to mind. Sensational skills once they get out of the penalty area.
Well, the way he beat everyone there, Alex Ferguson could put his chequebook away. 12 million for Dwight York, whatever it is. I think the solution's there.
Sheringham displays the awareness of knowing where Giggs was. And a fabulous tackle by Bryan Robson. Well, Lou, you played alongside Bryan Robson. I know you hold him in great esteem.
Well, I'd never seen such a player come into Old Trafford with such power, such pace, right throughout his career. I mean, he had injury after injury. He came back from those injuries and he played, as I said, he was Captain Marvel. Every day at training, put the effort in during the games. There's been no better player in that midfield at Old Trafford for me in the last 20 years than Bryan Robson.
Sheringham's in the middle, and he almost found him, and that was almost an own goal, I think, of Laurent Blanc. It was Robson, in fact. Well, you said he knew where the net was, Lou. He nearly found it there.
Well, when he was at his best, this would have ended up in the back of the net. As a matter of fact, I think he was trying to put it in the back of the net.
Well, perhaps he'll have been a little bit more pleased when I named him as Laurent Blanc then. Oh, a good touch by Papin! Well, there's that finishing we were talking about, almost out of nothing. What a lovely finish. The instinctive move to the near post, gained himself half a yard, and the ball ends up in the back of the Manchester United net.
Certainly does. Good education for Wes Brown very early on in his career. He took his eyes off Papin, he was in there, next thing, in the back of the net.
What a fabulous finish that was. As you say, Wes Brown will learn plenty from this. He thought he had him man-marked. No such thing with Papin. Now, can United bounce straight back into the lead again? Not quite. Here's Gascogne. Papin away to the right-hand side. Gascogne thinking about going alone. He's done so. Magic from Gascogne. What's the finish like? We're not going to see a fabulous tackle. Well, I'll leave it to you, Lou, because I know who it was who made that. I'm sure you do too. Wes Brown again. Oh, well, hang on. Let's just watch Olmeita. We can't get anything in with Olmeita on the field. But it was a super challenge by Wes Brown at the other end.
Certainly was, Alistair. Gascogne showing all his old magic and craft, wriggling his way through. Wes Brown at the death stopped him.
Must be a terrific night for Wes Brown. I doubt he'll ever forget this night as long as he lives. It's surrounded by some of the world's greats. 55,000 Manchester United fans with smiles on their faces, and Cantona doing his tricks. What more could you want as a United player? Wes Brown will remember this in particular. Gascogne was showing the skills, selling the dummies, weaving his way through. Out of your picture now in it. That's fantastic.
I don't think he would have caught him a few years ago, though. I think Gascogne would have been in goals, ball in the back of the net.
Well, he's laid it up for Laurent Blanc to have a go! And, well, it wasn't just a crack on target, it was in the corner. That's a fabulous goal from Laurent Blanc. Warmly applauded by the Manchester United fans. Gascogne teed him up and Blanc finished it off.
Well, they gave the young goalkeeper Nicky Colgan no chance, right in the corner. No goalkeeper in the world would have saved that.
Well, the bend on that was quite prodigious, and with players in front of the goalkeeper's view, he had no chance. Sympathy for Nick Culkin. Both goals that have gone past him, nothing to do with him. Cantona, Gascogne. Good skills from Gascogne. Cantona! Oh, I thought he was shaping up for a little chip there, but wasn't to be. And Giggs can break, and he sends Scholes scurrying. Sheringham's gone forward, Giggs is there too. Beckham on the far, Keane just in front of him. Teed up instead for Butt! Met it well! Good save by Pascal Almeida. Well, we joked about him earlier, but that was quality. And there he is again to gather up the cross. Well, he may be a character, but that save was as good as any.
Fantastic save. Thunderous shot from Nicky Butt. Goalkeeper went down. After he made the save, Alistair, he done a little dance. That delighted the fans behind the goals.
10 minutes to half-time. The Manchester United 11, trailing 2-1 to Eric Cantona's international 11. As yet, though, the goal that everyone's come to see has not actually occurred. Mind you, little bits like that will keep them on the edge of their seat. The juggling skills of Monsieur Fantastique. Look at that from Giggs. Well, David Beckham got one from slightly further out than that. Pelé just missed with one. Ryan Giggs has had a go. Almost on halfway. Pascal Almeida saw the funny side of it. Angled ball towards Gascogne. Headed away by David May. Here's Gary Neville. Now Scholes. Lovely ball, nicely weighted. Here's Sheringham, Giggs arriving. It's a deep one towards Beckham. Does indeed reach that target. Well, he's played it into Butt. And not quite the finish. Once again, the weight of the ball inviting the shot. Beckham. Butt. Good defending. Lovely skills from Giggs, getting round Robson, but just plucked out of the air by Almeida. But May, but again, teasing ball in, headed away by Festa, and thumped out of harm's way by Almeida to Papin, who took it beautifully in his stride. Now Cantona, Gascogne, Cantona, Gascogne, lovely stuff. The two of them having their own private 1-2 until David Beckham intervened.
One thing you never lose, no matter how old you get, is your ball control, your ability to pass the ball. Unfortunately, your legs go, which stops you playing. But there we've seen Papin and Cantona.
Well, and almost Beckham providing a super goal which hit the inside of the post and was just casually gathered in by Almeida. When you're talking about players who never lose their touch, I suppose in 10 years' time the likes of Ryan Giggs and David Beckham won't have lost theirs either. Super header, inside of the post, no Russian linesman, no goal. What a fabulous move that was, and they are the Bryan, Robson and Eric Cantona of the modern-day Man United side. This is Giggs and Beckham. Here's Giggs. No offside. David Beckham. Well, that was very clever thinking. He saw Pascal Almeida stray towards the penalty spot, thinking the cross was coming, and he gave a little wag of the finger to the goalkeeper saying, don't stay too far away from your goal or I'll try and score.
Wonderful vision there by Beckham. Ready to cross the ball into the middle to Butt. Sees the goalkeeper off his line, quick as a flash, quick thinking, shot at goals. That'd have been some goal if it had gone in the back of the net.
Here's Robson. Into Darlene. Oh, it's a real chance here. Great save! Hughes' header, Nick Culkin flying across the goal. Fabulous stuff. Little ball down the side by Robson, guided in by Darlene. Header was goal bound until that. And he's there again. Nick Culkin will remember that save for an awful long time. That was superb from the young 20-year-old keeper. Ryan Giggs. Dummy by Sheringham, lovely play by Sheringham, great finish by Scholes. That was a terrific goal, and the partnership between Sheringham and Scholes carving out a goal that I'm sure would have broken down any defence anywhere in the world.
Wonderful work goal. Lovely ball from Ryan Giggs into Sheringham, into Scholes. Fantastic. How many times have we seen Scholes scoring goals like that? He makes it look so easy. Goalkeeper advancing, he chips it over him. I haven't seen a better player at Old Trafford at doing that.
Here's Giggs. We're in stoppage time at the end of this terrific first half. 4 goals already to savour. And fittingly 2 for each side. And this man, Pascal Olmeter, and this man, Paul Scholes, has been at the hub of most things that have happened. And that is half-time, a fabulous first half. Eric Cantona has enjoyed himself, Alex Ferguson too. Goals shared equally. Not quite yet the goal, not quite yet the moment that everyone's come to see with Eric Cantona, but still fabulous entertainment provided by the international side and Manchester United. It's 2-2 at half-time. And tonight it is an au revoir for Eric Cantona, but he will do so in the number 7 of Manchester United. David Beckham, I think, has donned the number 16 jersey in order for Cantona to become the magnificent 7 once again. And I think Paul Scholes is the man who has made way to ensure that the au revoir will indeed be in that famous shirt. Just for the record, Manchester United have replaced their goalkeeper too. Nick Culkin has just had a half and he's being replaced by Paul Gibson, another young keeper on the books here at Old Trafford. The other substitution, of course, you already know. And you'll know every time he touches the ball without me having to tell you. Well, so far we've had all the entertainment that we were hoping for. We've had 4 goals, we've had plenty of incident. Few things to smile about, only one thing missing, the goal. Are we to get it from Eric Cantona? Here's Butt, here's Cantona, almost threaded it through for Butt, who'd continue the run forward. Papin, the offside flag is up, halting the international 11's move forward. Another young fellow who's had very limited opportunities, but certainly coming through the ranks, young Paul Gibson. Here's Giggs, looking for Beckham, wins the corner. Headed away by Gianluca Festa. Beckham swings that corner in, great header by Sheringham, only inches over. He really is a lovely timer of a ball in the air. Met that beautifully on the forehead, just couldn't direct it down, Sheringham. Just over the top. clip over the top from Mark Wilson, that is. A young man from Manchester United's squad who has come onto the field to take part. Donned the shirt of the black and white stripes of the visitors. And nearly scored too.
Well, as expected, Alistair, Alex is resting one or two of his players for Saturday. Very important game for him at West Ham. They need to pick up the form, and he's taken off people like Nicky Butt, David Beckham, and quite rightly he's putting on a few young players to give them a sample of the atmosphere that he hopes they will sample for the next 10 years at Old Trafford.
Yeah, always a sensible policy. Bryan Robson's making way to a rapturous reception. And another Manchester United player has gone on to the international select 11, John Curtis. This is always the case with friendlies, but certainly still plenty of entertainment to be enjoyed. And we still await the Eric Cantona goal.
It'll come, Alistair. Believe me, it will come.
It's a very friendly atmosphere here, and the players have come off the field. They're giving out autographs, as you saw a moment earlier. And that's nice to see. Now here's Butt. Looking for Cantona! Lou said it would come, and it did. Well, the flag's gone up, and the referee's disallowed it. Lou, what's going on? Alex can't believe it, can you?
Unbelievable. Worst refereeing decision ever at Old Trafford. You try telling 56,000 people that was offside, they won't believe you.
Well, I know Eric Cantona's gone into being an actor. He'll read a script and he'll know what his part is, and he'll not expect that particular part to change too much. But I don't think the assistant referee on this side and the referee have read the same script. Meanwhile, the international 11 are about to make it 3-2, which is perhaps doubly disappointing for the United fans. Martin Darlene has helped himself to a goal, but the talking point will still remain why that goal at the other end didn't count.
Unbelievable. What a I've never seen a decision like that in a kick-about match or a friendly match, whatever you want to call it. Normally they allow someone like Eric Cantona the benefit of the doubt. I wasn't so sure he was offside anyway, but the linesman on this side has spoiled the fun, I'm afraid, for 56,000.
He has indeed, and within 45 seconds Eric Cantona watched Martin Darlene score the goal. Here's the experienced policy. Eric Cantona. Now Jordi Cruyff. Oh, the deflection's taking it into the goal. And United are back at 3-3. Jordi Cruyff enjoying himself. Another player who's trying to get matches under his belt. Had all sorts of injury problems. And he'll enjoy scoring, even if it was via a deflection. Here's Martin Darlene. Oh, good effort. Oh, fantastic goal, and it's the youngster, Mark Wilson. Well, Mark Wilson there has produced as good a goal as I think I've ever seen at Old Trafford. That was fantastic stuff, and it's a Manchester United youngster. Look at that.
Wonderful shot, wonderful goal. He'll get some stick in the dressing room at the end of the game, scoring against Manchester United.
Vahiwa. Interception by Wes Brown. Vahiwa again. Now Prunier. Papin. Wilson selling the tricks. Papin's offside. Only just. It was a borderline decision. Oh, well, actually, it wasn't even borderline, that one, was it? It was probably less offside than the one that was given when Eric Cantona's goal was ruled out earlier. Oh, now here's a chance and a goal. Alec Notman. 17 rather than 7 getting on the score sheet there. And Alec Notman makes it 4-4. I don't think Pascal Almeida is going to be too pleased at conceding 4 goals, is he, Luke?
He certainly won't be. I thought for one moment young Notman was going to lay the ball back to Eric Cantona, but no, he said, no, this is my night, as well as yours. I'm going to score at Old Trafford in front of 56,000 people, and he certainly has done. Wonderful night for the youngster.
Cantona chasing, just halted in his path by Prunier. Curtis. Right then, here we go, Pascal. Just 11 men to beat. There's one. There's 2. Jordi Cruyff sent tumbling. That's 8 left. He's gone for the return from Joel Cantona. He's still inside there. Will he keep it up? Oh, I feel like Stuart Hall on It's a Knockout. That was fantastic. Pascal Almeida is the star of the show. Yeah, well, I'm lost for words, really. Well, they've got a mascot here, Fred the Red. I don't think this guy needs a suit. I think Almeida the Greater.
He's not really a goalkeeper, Alistair, is he?
Lovely ball. Well, I think the goal will stand. Almeida well out of his area. He was desperate for a flag to go up. The flag didn't go up, and Phil Neville scored. Look at Almeida here. I don't think this is in the coaching manual. A good goal nonetheless. Luke, can you think of anything to say about that?
Not a lot, no. He's cost him the game, hasn't he? He's never a goalkeeper, Alistair. Where does he come from? Now, tell us the truth.
Excuse me. Quarter of an hour to go in this wonderful game of football, which has been everything that this 55,000 crowd wanted. Plenty of goals. There's just one thing missing, and that is that Eric Cantona hasn't scored yet. But I think one thing that the crowd will want is for this fella to score. Here he comes. It's on target! Oh my word! Well, Alex Ferguson loved it. It wasn't far off. Well, he's the most popular man in Old Trafford now, and that's saying something. My goodness, that was so close. Did he get a touch on it, the keeper? Oh, possibly. Oh, who'd begrudge him a goal tonight? Oh dear. Right. There is still one ingredient missing on this wonderful evening. And here is the man who can provide it. Eric Cantona. He's done one. He's trying to do another. The cross is clear. Cantona to take the corner. Look at the flashbulbs going off all around him as he went to take that corner. Oh, I think he went for goal there and almost crept it in the near post. Well, the keeper's given up now. He must be exhausted. The deflection reaches Phil Neville. There's no flag. Where's Eric? There's nowhere to be seen. Phil Neville looked up to find Eric Cantona. Cantona had just taken the corner and wasn't in the area.
You're spot on there, Alistair. Phil Neville looked up. He's begging Eric to run 20 yards. Eric failed to do it. I think he's exhausted Eric himself. I mean, he might be exhausted watching Omega.
Cantona looking for the 1-2, but it's not going to come to him. Nicky Butt makes it 6-4. Well, I've never seen a goalkeeper more unbothered by conceding 6 goals on an evening. His defence just opened up in front of him. Cantona involved in the build-up. In it went from Phil Neville. Nicky Butt sold the keeper the dummy, and into the corner she went. And I think the way it's going, it might be a 90th minute. Surely a penalty might be the most dramatic way for which Eric to say farewell.
Well, it would be, but the way things are going, Almeida will probably save it.
Now, Eric's in the middle here. Is anyone going to pick him out? Oh, the flag's gone up. The referee's wave play on this time. Here's Cantona. Is this to be the moment? Prunier dives in front of him. Cantona's round Almeida. There it is.
It's not exactly the biggest surprise of the night, Alistair, but it's been worth waiting for. Up to now, Almeida's stolen the show. Old Trafford is busting at the seams now. They've seen what they've wanted to see all night. Eric Cantona back at Old Trafford, doing what he did for a number of years, scoring goals.
I've just worked out what the script said. We'll wait till the 7th goal is about to be scored, and the Magnificent Seven will score the Magnificent Seventh. And here it is. Past his brother, past Prunier, past young Wilson, past Almeida, and a little scoop over Prunier. Is the time for a hat-trick? We've had his farewell goal. Are we going to have one more? He's come screaming into the back post. He wants it on the far stick. Nicky Butt will try and find him. Here's Cantona! Almeida gets in the way. Pascal didn't want to be beaten for an 8th time. Well, it opened up for Eric Cantona. 1 or 2 stood off him, but Almeida made the save. Here's Cruyff. Oh, good skills from Cruyff. Cantona wants it. Cruyff's looking for him, but it was actually Notman who stole it and got the finish. I think everybody's looking for Eric now. This young fella helps himself to another goal, and good luck to him.
I've seen Alex Notman many a time in the reserves. Good goal scorer. There's no way he's going to let that ball go past him to Eric Cantona. He's going to get another goal. 2 goals for the youngster.
And if the script writers are to have their happy ending, Eric Cantona will finish the game with a dribble past 3 or 4 defenders and a chip over the top of Almeida. Oh, almost. Well, he has a free kick at least. picking himself up gingerly. Now, is Almeida assembling his wall, or is Almeida making it easy for Cantona to score the free kick?
He's hiding behind the goalpost, Alistair. Draw your own conclusion from that.
So, Eric Cantona to finish off the entertainment. Not quite. But it hasn't spoilt the evening by any stretch of the imagination. 55,000 people get to their feet as one and applaud the end of a fantastic career. These Manchester United fans have come to pay tribute to the families of those who were bereaved 40 years ago in the Munich air disaster, but also to say au revoir to one of their favourite sons, Eric Cantona. We've had 12 goals, we've had fabulous entertainment, we've had all sorts of things to talk about, and of course, above all, we've had a sellout crowd who have been royally entertained and who will provide financial help for the families of those bereaved in that awful disaster 40 years ago. It has quite simply been the most fitting of evenings in every respect. For the record, Manchester United 8, Eric Cantona 11-4.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Munich Memorial Committee and beneficiaries, I wish to thank most sincerely everybody who has made tonight possible and such a very special occasion. First of all, you, the supporters, for such a magnificent attendance. Manchester United Football Club for all their cooperation. Alex Ferguson, Bryan Kidd, and the United players. The former players who have so willingly returned and done so well tonight. The French footballers, the friends and family of one of the finest ever Manchester United players who found his football home at Old Trafford and so graciously agreed to come for his final game tonight in honour of those other Manchester United greats who gave their lives for this club 40 years ago at Munich and will never be forgotten. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Cantona.
It's a special night for me. It was a wonderful feeling. I thank you all to come, and I hope to see you soon. Yes, I quit football because I lost my passion for the game. I'm sorry, I gave everything for 10 years. I had 5 wonderful seasons here, the best one of my career, and I love you all very much. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Cantona.
I don't suppose you could expect a lot more from a match of this type, can you?
No, I thought it was a fantastic night, I really did. It was really, you know, you get your testimonials, I've seen before, testimonial games in the past, and it's 0-0 1 each or something like that. That's the right way to have a game. And the players expressed themselves, enjoyed themselves, and gave a good show.
And of course the important thing was the fans here, 55,000, they've contributed and they've seen their hero.
Well, I think they've done the Manchester United Football Club proud tonight as supporters, because they've shown what the Munich has meant to everyone, and it was a wonderful turnout with them, and I'm really pleased.
40 years on, I mean, everything that was on show tonight was fitting, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I mean, it was a great night, and in memory of a tragic part of the club's history, and those great players who've been lost to the club, and their families were here tonight. It was very special for them. They're very, very emotional. There's a lot of older supporters who were here tonight who shared all the grief way back 40 years ago. And then you've got the younger ones who came to see Eric. And we brought young players on tonight who, just what Busby Bays 40 years ago, got their chance at 17, 18 years of age. So it was a really fitting night.